Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous. We're here in the Commander's headquarters of the Citadel of Dresden. In the last episode, we defeated Staunton, Monago, and Nura. Monago did manage to escape. She abandoned Staunton to his fate, who he is still lying there on the ground dead. And Nura, over here, tried to give us a sob story, and it was a very, very sad story, and I feel really bad that she had to go through that, but it doesn't excuse her actions after she freed herself. I understand why she did what she did, but it was the wrong choice. So, unfortunately for her, Barrett doesn't believe in... Well, he believes in forgiveness, but she didn't show any signs of wanting forgiveness or that she'd work to earn forgiveness. But that being said, we have completed everything here, so now we are heading back down to the courtyard, where we will probably talk to the Queen and Erebeth and everybody else, and see where we go from here. What's the next plan? Oh.
The commander of the Crusade has managed to overthrow 70 years of demonic rule in Dresden and restored the Sword of Valor to its rightful place. Will the commander be able to defend the banner he has won with such a valiant effort?
Middle game. Okay. We've done it. We have finally completed Dresden after almost a week of episodes. More than a week of episodes spent here. Ooh, man, that was one difficult mission. A lot of really tough fights that we had to reload in, but we managed to pull it off. I'm proud of how we did it. Well, I'm proud that we did it. Now let's see what comes next. What's next in our crusade? We also got rid of the traitor, which is always a good thing.
A rest would be welcome.
Hello, everybody.
Urgent matters of state are awaiting my attention. My convoy will be departing for the capital within the hour. I'm afraid this is all the time I can spare you. So do please forgive me for skipping the lengthy and well-deserved congratulations.
Something has subtly changed in the way the Queen of Mendev looks at you. Respect shines in her eyes, but her slightly furrowed brow indicates a hint of unease. Yeah, it's because I'm a god now.
Dresden was taken quickly, even more quickly than I'd anticipated.
Really? It took us like a week of fighting. And that's probably not like an exaggeration of in-game time, too. We were here for a while. Maybe even longer than a week in-game.
Morale is high among the Crusade forces that were entrusted to you.
Yeah, can I get some more? I'm gonna need some more troops.
You handled the command superbly. I never doubted your personal ability to deal with the demons. I knew that you could become a living symbol for people to follow. That you have now displayed a decent head for tactics is a pleasant surprise.
Well, thank you.
I believed in your success and prepared for this outcome after a fashion. I brought a reward to personally bestow upon my Knight Commander. But now, I think this reward is insufficient. So please, accept one more gift from me personally.
The Queen's offers a slight smile and gives a signal to a waiting squire who passes you a neatly folded cloak with lavish embroidery. And then with these words, Galfrey slides a ring from her finger and lays it atop the cloak. Commanding soldiers is in my blood. Why is that chaotic? Thank you, my queen. A ring? What, are we betrothed now? Do you want to make the joke? I kind of want to make the joke. Are we betrothed now?
By no means. I merely thought a cloak would be a meager reward, but I did not have time to arrange for another gift.
A delicate blush rises to Galfrey's cheeks. Oh.
Now on to the main matter. The Sword of Valor has been returned to us. Touching it has awoken your power and changed the great relic beyond recognition. Many clerics are at a loss to interpret this unexpected turn. Is it an omen? Happenstance? A warning? Only one thing can be said for certain. Your power is astonishing and unlike anything ever seen before.
Yeah, I know. I'm amazing.
Your power bears little resemblance to other manifestations of the Inheritor's will that I have been fortunate enough to witness. But who can fathom the god's designs? And Iomedae has many heavenly allies, and they helped us on several occasions throughout the Crusades. There. I have said all I wish to. Is there anything you wish to discuss with me before I depart?
Do you know anything about the huge demon that we met at the gates? It was much stronger than the rest. No, there's something you should know. Arilu Vorlish appeared before me in Dresden. She did not explain why she had come.
The architect of the world wound? Here? And she allowed you to simply dispose of Stanchion Vane and claim the Sword of Valor?
His name is Stanchion? I've been saying Staunton the whole time. The Queen's eyes widen in astonishment.
This is a very worrying development. Aurelia was more dangerous than a dozen Balors, and more cunning and deceitful than a score of succubi. In the 100 years of the Crusades, our forces have very rarely encountered her, but when we did, it always led to something terrifying. I think she has taken an interest in you and your power. It was to be expected, of course, and it worries me more than anything else. Sooner or later, we shall have to take a stand against Arilu and deal with her once and for all. But I thought we would have time to prepare. Be careful. And if the architect reappears, treat her as you would a demon lord.
Will do. Do you know anything about the huge demon that we met at the gates? It was much larger than the rest.
The Baylor Dorazand, one of Daskari's generals. He, Hep Zamira, and the Echo of Daskari are some of the most notable demons in the Abyssal Forces. You will soon learn these names. Dorazand has not been sighted by our scouts for a long time, and his appearance at Dresden was an unexpected development.
Let's see what we got here. Balor Darazin is a monster whose name Crusaders speak with a shiver. The powerful general of Daskari's armies is bloodthirsty and fierce even by demon standards. In the heat of the battle, he'll cut down his own soldiers if they stand between him and his target. Such casualties hardly worry him much. Darazand alone is worth a whole legion of demons, and can slaughter an army of crusaders by himself. Alas, this is no figure of speech, but an actual historical event. Alright, and then that guy, the Nephilim, is Baphomet's daughter and current favorite. She commands a sizable force of her father's minions, both mortal and demons alike. An Echo of Daskari. Long before the world wound opened, the demon lord Daskari knew of the weakness in the fabric of the material plane in Sarkoris. In a gambit lasting generations, the Lord of the Locust Host established multiple cults throughout northeast Bastion, culminating in the transformation of the mightiest of his priests into the Echo of Daskari, an avatar who could bring Daskari to Sarkoris and tear a hole in reality to the rasping rifts. Only the god Eridan's direct intervention foiled the scheme. Eridan drove the Echo of Daskari and his armies into the Lake of Mists and Veils in 4433. Since then, the Echo has relentlessly hated humanity, and Eridan's followers in particular. Interesting.
But we must grow accustomed to surprises such as this. The ability to move at will through space is one of the demon's most unpleasant hallmarks. Fortunately, the Sword of Valor takes care of that problem for the areas around Dresden.
That's very fortunate. I have heard everything I need.
Very well. Then I shall take my leave. Irabeth will bring you up to speed on the situation in the city and surrounds, and together, you can decide on what next steps to take. Good luck, Commander. Remember, this is but the first step. The road ahead will be long and difficult.
I have no doubt about that. With a nod of farewell, the Queen strides off with precise military bearing.
Allow me also to congratulate you on your victory, Commander.
Arabeth salutes the Queen, waits until she has moved far enough away, and then turns to you. I'm glad you survived, Arabeth.
We won the battle for Dresden, but this war is far from over.
The demons know our true strength, so we must brace ourselves for a merciless counterattack. They will do everything they can to gain control of the city and destroy you personally, and all of us along with you. The only good news is that cultists make up more than half of their forces, so they will have to march the same roads as our fighters. If they were all demons, they could appear here instantaneously and lay siege to the city. Praise Iomade for small mercies.
Praise.
The main demon forces are moving out from the City of Eyes and the Threshold Fortress. Scouts are reporting that for now, we don't stand a chance of tearing through the defense and launching a counterattack. We can only gather our forces, rebuff their attacks, and wait for the right moment. Unfortunately, other hostile groups keep appearing out of nowhere. And on top of all that, Minago is still prowling around somewhere out there. Anevia's trying to find out where that Abyss scum has run off to. Maybe she's already got some leads.
Yeah, she works fast.
Luckily, we are not alone. Mendev is with us. Queen Galfrey has sent us the first reinforcements. They've just entered the city.
Perfect.
Besides, news of your victory is spreading through Avestan. I'm sure that crowds of new volunteers will soon be pouring into Dresden, inspired by your feat. And that's very good news, because we're going to need troops. Here is a brief report about the main problems we're currently facing.
Arabeth shows you a sheet of paper with a list of 4 items: demons with special powers, secret paths, missing patrol, and dragon. What can you tell me about the demons with special powers?
Remember that Nabasu that attacked our camp?
Mm-hmm.
He had powers that no ordinary demon should have.
Yeah, he was tough. Arabeth's voice is very calm, but you can tell she's working hard to maintain her composure.
It is not the only demon of its kind. We keep receiving reports about similar monsters. All isolated cases for now. But it's possible that in the future, we will see entire squads, if not armies of them. We must find out where they're coming from. Find the source of their power and destroy it. If we don't, they will crush us before long. Even you can't defeat an entire army of such monsters.
Don't underestimate me. I mean, I barely defeated the demons here, but don't underestimate me. A secret path? What are you talking about?
We can usually spot armies of demons in advance, as their hordes march along the Grey Road from Eyes or Threshold. But sometimes packs of them appear out of nowhere. They're managing to avoid our scouts somehow and sneaking into our territory. If we don't solve this problem, we cannot attack. The demons will just appear at our backs, block off the gorges, and cut us off from Dresden. Anevia is trying to find out how the demons are getting into our territory, but she hasn't succeeded yet. Talk to her. She will tell you more about what she's doing.
Okay. A missing patrol?
Yes, it disappeared without a trace during a mission. We didn't even find any bodies. Maybe someone abducted them, or there's some natural threat in the area. And we can't rule out the possibility of desertion, either. The troop was patrolling the southern road out of the city. The last surviving settlements of Sikoris lie in that direction. But after the siege of Dresden, contact with them was lost. Hardly any of the inhabitants survived once the demons invaded the area. That's where I started the search.
Okay, and a dragon? What dragon?
As if we didn't have enough problems with demons already. Now there's a wild dragon in the vicinity. Luckily, it's not part of the demon army. If the demons had a dragon on their side, it could pose a serious threat. But there's very little food in the World Wound, and the dragon doesn't seem to have a taste for demons and cultists. She keeps attacking small squads of crusaders, picking off those who fall behind, ravaging supply trains. The dragon's been sighted frequently in the sky, but we don't know exactly where her lair is. We have someone to help with this, though. Do you remember the dwarf who bravely attacked the Baylor in front of the Citadel during the siege? He is back in the city, and he doesn't mind hunting this dragon, apparently. Go talk to him in the tavern. We might be able to help each other.
Okay. That reminds me, I completely forgot about Krenek's advice. I don't even remember what it was, so I can't even verify. I wonder if we can still do that. Is that all for now?
There are a few pleasant matters. At the Queen's command, the Crusaders who took part in the attack have had their pay doubled, and medals will be awarded to those who were particularly outstanding in battle. You know one of them. The Knight Elan from the Hound Hearts. He led a troop of Nerosian recruits and brought them to the main forces, and later drew the demons' attention in the battle with the Baylor, allowing the wounded to be rescued.
Yeah, he did good.
There is one more thing. As you know, there is a vast dungeon under Dresden.
Yeah, I know that.
It's empty now. None of those imprisoned by the demons survived, and we don't have any new prisoners. We found something unusual in one of the cells. The walls have been covered with pictures of butterflies and prayers to Desna. The lock was picked recently, it seems, and the prisoner, whoever they were, fled. We don't know who the demons kept in there. We've temporarily placed the body of Staunton Vane in the dungeon. You slew him. What are your orders regarding his body? Anevia thinks we should burn it quietly and forget about it. Some want to see his corpse displayed in the square, but I don't think we should behave like demons and barbarians. He may have been our enemy, but he deserved to be buried as a knight. However, the decision is yours, of course.
Buried as a knight. That's a tough one. The Lich Mythic Path. That's an interesting one. I would love to do a Lich Path. That'd be cool. Bury Staunton as a knight. Burn the body quietly. Burn the body quietly.
Right you are, Commander. Commander. That day during the battle,
Arabeth is hesitating. You can see the struggle on her face, as if she doesn't know whether she should say something else.
No. My apologies. That is all, Commander. Thank you for your time.
Giving a salute, Arabeth turns around and quickly leaves. Alright. So, we have a new base. Look at this. Oh, it's gonna be cool. The Citadel. Oh, so much to do. I guess the Dresden episodes are not quite over because now we have to explore everything. So obviously it's been a few days, at least. Maybe a week or so. Maybe a couple weeks. Because things are cleaned up. It looks like things are repaired. The wall looks better. Got lights, stairs are fixed, rubble's cleared. Bodies are moved out. So I think we're doing pretty good. Okay. Let's come down here. Where's my banner? There it is. Look at that thing. Oh, that's cool. Alright. Well, let's start exploring. Is there anybody up here? I guess we'll start with the Citadel. And it seems like we are no longer narratively time pressured. I don't know if there's still a time element. Oh. CR, a middle-aged paladin with a genial face, salutes you. His sparse gray hair stands in fuzzy tufts on his head, giving him a distinctly unwarlike appearance. Ever-bright crusaders reporting for duty. My name is CR Koblin? And I am at your service. Queen Galfrey is gathering the main attack forces in Nerisian. She ordered us to replenish the losses suffered in Canabras and come here. Where was I? She ordered us to replenish the losses suffered in Canabras and come here. We will support your troops. Morvig, a tall, dark-eyed lad, is standing behind CR. He passionately echoes CR's words. We are ready to go to the front immediately. Allow us to be at the spear of the attack. CR, the old crusader calls the young man to order. Morveg, don't speak unless spoken to. Don't worry, no one will be defeating any demons without you. CR smiles kindly and tussles the boy's hair. Who have you brought with you? Everbright crusaders mainly. But we have a lot of volunteers who joined us. Those who arrived at the Queen's call, but didn't want to sit in Nerisian, waiting for the main army to set off. All the hotheads know the front is here. CR nods at the boy behind him, the one who's eager to fight. We picked up this one too. He walked to Canabras with an old sword in his hand and a few copper coins in his pocket. He was going to keep walking to kill the demons, and then he would probably have laid siege to the threshold, no doubt. The boy's cheeks go pink at the old man's gentle mockery, but he continues to stare ahead, resolutely and boldly. Did you fight in Canabras? How are things there? Not personally, no. The Queen summoned me and the bulk of our order to Nerisian. Almost all those who remained behind in Canabras died, and the ones that didn't were disorganized and leaderless. But the order did not perish. New volunteers have been pouring into our ranks. We're licking our wounds. Canabras is rebuilding. Life wins out. People are coming from all over Aveston to help. Many are joining up with the Crusaders, just as it happened back in the First Crusade. Great. You'll be serving under my command. The Crusader gives you a friendly smile. It's an honor for us, Commander. Let's give the demons a dusting. Alright. Manage Crusade affairs. So who do we have in here? Reggie's here. Anivia's here. Demonbane's here. Arabeth. Arabeth's eyes are vacant. Her thoughts are clearly somewhere far away. Seeing you, though, she snaps to attention. Hail, Commander. Give the solemn hour to Arabeth. I found your father's sword. Take it. Praise Iomade. Arabeth takes the sword as gently as if it were a living creature and sheaths it in the scabbard. I don't know what to say. I am forever indebted to you. I never thought I'd get my sword back. This is the trophy I claimed at the Battle of Dresden. Take it. And please, no objections. I can never replace this sword. I shall never part with it again, I swear. Did she actually give us something? Nope, she gave us experience. I'll take it. That's a good reward. I guess we'll talk Reggie. Reggie's pale eyes freeze in your expression of polite attention. In an expression of polite attention, Knight Commander. Greetings. Thank you for speaking with me. Anevia. Look who it is. Hi. Figured out how the demons have been sneaking up on us. What do you think of my new powers? Did you find out anything about where Monago is now? I can see the criminal aura surrounding you. What? Oh, is that because is that my new power? Interesting. What do you think of my new powers? Well, let's start with this. I can see the criminal aura surrounding you. That's your new powers, right? Well, I'm not gonna lie. I've led a varied life. I told you about it before. There's already a noose waiting for me back in Nidal. Anevia smirks, and it'll keep waiting. The Nidal executioners are at the back of the line of all the people who want my head. Behind the demons and the cultists. I won't abandon the crusade, you know that. Not because I'm trying to atone for my sins, but because it's my mission now. Mine and Arabeth's. Did you find out anything about where Monago is now? Anevia shakes her head sharply. Nope. Zero. Zilch. A whole lot of nothing. The scum melted into thin air. Soldiers saw her jump out of the window, run through the square in front of the citadel, and suddenly disappear. We haven't heard anything from her since, and I don't like it. I'm telling you, this is bad. First of all, her kind don't just give up. If we can't see her, it means she's setting a trap for us somewhere we won't expect. I mean, it would be great if the demon lords just gobbled her up for all her failures, but I think that's too much to hope for. But that's not the worst part. We have a more interesting question, you know? I wonder how she teleported from the city. If by that time you'd already hung the banner. The soldiers are saying it probably wasn't in full force by then. But you and I both know that's dross. She wasn't supposed to be able to teleport, but she did. The question is, how? What do you think of my new powers? Nevia frowns at you. I usually hate wise guys who think they can read people like a book and always know the right thing to do. But your ability hasn't failed you so far. I trust you. You know, you kind of remind me of Arabeth that way. She can't rest if she knows there's any injustice going on around her. It's obvious why she's got your back. Sure, I've done a lot of things in my life, things I'm not proud of. But if you start carrying on all hoity-toity with me because you've gone and got yourself some awesome new powers and now you know everything about everyone, I'm going to lose all respect for you. Just a heads up. Have you figured out how the demons have been sneaking up on us? Olivia answers with a scarcely concealed irritation. No dice. Our scouts crawled all over the area, down every hole. Nothing. The Grey Road was completely empty, and then, bam, a whole army popped up like a jack-in-the-box. My only lead is a few scouts who didn't come back from the gorges to the southwest, but we found no sign of secret paths or underground passageways, and definitely no route we can use to quietly move a large force through. But I feel it in my gut. There's some evil scum out there. Well, no kidding. We just have to look harder. Of course, I could send out more scouts, but they might just disappear like the first ones. Why don't you go there yourself and find out what's what? I have to go. Alright, you watch yourself now. Alright. Manage Crusader affairs. Where does this lead to? Does this lead to the map? Or is this going to be more like the Kingmaker sort of war table sort of thing? I guess we'll find out. It is like the Kingmaker stuff. Okay. Alright. I gotta resituate myself real quick. Okay. Now that you have captured Dresden, new options for the Crusade have become available to you. You can now construct buildings and forts in Dresden, issue decrees, and capture and investigate new regions. Both mercenary and trainable units will appear at the commander's headquarters in Dresden. The demon army will try to take Dresden from you. Destroy them, or else after 7 days of siege, Dresden will be completely blockaded by enemy forces, and you will no longer be able to command the Crusade. To access the Crusade Management menu, click the button in the bottom right corner of the screen on the global map. Alright, Crusade Stats. Developing each of the Crusade stats opens up new options that empower your armies and economy. Military focuses on drilling and training units. Recruit both trainable and mercenary units to improve the rank of your military stats. Logistics focus on economy and construction. Construct buildings to improve the rank of your logistics stat. Diplomacy focuses on establishing contacts with mercenaries in foreign nations. Enhance the significance of the Crusade by earning resources of all types to improve the rank of your diplomacy stat. Leadership focuses on morale and army generals. Win battles and level up your generals to improve the rank of your leadership stat. Once the rank up requirements for one of the Crusader stats have been met, you will unlock the corresponding decree. Resources. Your military campaign will require 3 types of resources: finance points, material points, and energy points. Finance points are used for all the Crusade's various needs, but first and foremost, they're needed to recruit units. Material points are used primarily for building construction. Okay, actually had that question earlier on, now I know. And energy points are used for the recruitment of mythic units and the completion of certain decrees. You gain new resource points each day. Prevailing over demon armies in battle and constructing certain buildings increases the income of resources. You can also purchase the required resources with gold. Alright. Okay. Now then. Oh man, we have a lot to look at here. Can we move the map around? Yeah, we can. Okay, so what do we have here? We have Winter Sun here. A whole bunch of demon armies all around. Oh, this is cool. So where is Iz? Can we see Iz anywhere? All roads lead to Iz, maybe? I think they were calling it Eyes, not Iz. So Eyes is what we're looking for. We can see all the demon forts around here. There's the Grey Road. But Iz is probably out here somewhere. I don't know. Probably just can't see it yet. We're not ready to go to is, or eyes anyway. That's eyes. Eyes. Okay. So we got 2 events here. A misunderstanding. A special messenger from Galfrey was delivering a missive to Dresden and ran into a sentry patrol by accident. Alas, the soldiers took the messenger for an enemy and attempted to search him, which ran contrary to the messenger's instructions. The sentries were killed, and the messenger has arrived in Dresden, now awaiting the commander's judgment. Make a decision. Choice of facts. Okay, the messenger did everything by the book. The messenger committed a crime. Give the messenger a fair trial. Accuse the messenger's superior officers. Okay, so I'm going to try not to go based off the choice effects and go off of what I think Baird would do. He would probably give the messenger a fair trial, which gives us 2,500 military experience points. It's a lawful action. But just to see what else we could potentially get from these kinds of events, since this is the first one we're doing, as 2,000 leadership experience points, Crusader morale increases by 30, deducts 1,500 logistics experience points. Crusade morale increases by 30, deducts 1,500 logistics experience points, and adds 4,500 logistics points, and morale is reduced. Does seem like this is one of the better ones. Adds 2,500 military experience. Give the messenger a fair trial. Start event. The messenger was found innocent and promoted to a new position. He now oversees the performance of the officers in the way they carry out their orders, and he enforces iron discipline in the army. Very good. Alright, in our midst, spies of the Abyss have attempted to infiltrate Dresden to find out the commander's plans. It was only by chance that they were stopped. The officers have suggested an increased security in anticipation of new attempts by the demons. This option is unavailable because you did not choose the path of the Lich. Interesting. Alright, so increase the number of interrogators, introduce collective responsibility, select trustworthy soldiers who will keep an eye on their comrades. I'm gonna go with this one. Introduce collective responsibility. Adds 1,500 leadership experience points, deducts 200 military experience. While this one, Inquisitors are recruited at the commander's headquarters. The Inquisitors. Interesting. That's a good one. Unlocks the Senior Comrades Decree. That's pretty good. Who will keep an eye on their comrades, like trustworthy soldiers who keep it. No, collective responsibility. The soldiers must always remain vigilant. If one of them is a traitor, everyone is guilty. The officers now harshly punish entire units. Oh, that's what that meant? I'm dumb. Maybe this wasn't the best idea. The officers now harshly punish entire units when traitors have been discovered, and the warriors now try to identify enemy agents by themselves. This environment of total whistleblowing helps security, but undermines the sense of camaraderie between the soldiers. I was kind of hoping it would do the opposite when I saw collective responsibility, Okay. I feel like it should be more collective punishment or something. Oh well, this should have been the one we went for. What can you do? Okay, so that was the events. So we have 9 decrees here. Oh boy, decrees. You can only have one of your decrees issued. I think we're 70 hours into the game. At least. Close to 70 hours into the game now, because each episode is an hour, and this episode will be somewhere around 70 hours into the game, and we're still getting new mechanics. This is going to be one long playthrough. You can only have one of your decrees issued for each of the Crusade stats at any given time. Each decree has a cost and a completion time. Some decrees can only be issued once, others have a repeat time, which is displayed in the decree description windows. Okay. Your progress in Crusade Management unlocks certain special decrees. A stat rank up decree becomes available upon meeting specific rank up requirements. A relic upgrade decree, which turns a relic into a powerful artifact for your party to use, becomes available when you obtain a suitable relic. Okay. Alright, so let's look at our decrees here. So we got the Fate of the Crest of the Fallen Knight. A skilled craftsman can do some work on the relic. The relic will be augmented. Requires diplomacy. And 1,000 finance points and 100 material points. We're not going to choose this yet until I look at all these stats. We're just gonna go through these though. Military Tribunal. Once a traitor, always a traitor. A lawbreaker is a criminal for life. Thus said the commander in the fight for the Lost Chapel. Did I say that? Then he ordered military tribunals to organize with the enemy. Now that Dresden is free, the commander's advisors finally have the opportunity to carry out this order. It sounds like something Barrett might say, so I don't remember that though. Chance of skipping action due to negative morale reduces by 5%. That's pretty good. We might do that one. Forming a military council. A council of officers seasoned in the art of war will help the commander to implement new tactics and diversify his army's ranks with more skilled units. Forming a diplomatic council. The Crusade depends on the support of Neresian and foreign countries. The Diplomatic Council will see to it that no political problems interfere with the regular inflow of gold and recruits to Dresden. Okay. Not enough resources, so that's what the red bar means, or the red coloring. The Fate of Soulshear. A skilled craftsman can do some work on the relic. Interesting. Studying the Sword of Valor. The Sword of Valor, the great relic of the Crusades, mysteriously changed upon coming into contact with the commander. What does this mean? Clerics and wizards could shed some light on the artifact's properties. Alright, forming a logistical council. The success of military action depends on a regular supply of everything troops need and the judicious distribution of resources. The Logistic Council, made up of experienced officers, will ensure there is no chaos in the army while the commander's attention is focused on the front line. Outpost to Bastion expansion. By upgrading an outpost to a bastion, the commander will expand its territory for buildings as well as allow the construction of advanced structures there. One of the 4 outposts with at least level 3 out of 4 construction slots filled can be upgraded to a bastion. Okay. And the last one, Lost Scouts. Scouts cannot work out how the demon army picks its way through advanced units to be able to suddenly attack the Crusader forces. Recently, another suspicious incident took place. Some scouts did not return from their mission to explore the territory to the south of Dresden. More thorough reconnaissance of the region is needed. Probably the source of the demon operation is in there somewhere. Okay, so that sounds like something we should probably do. Alright. So rank up. That's what these are for. Oh, okay, I see what's going on. So these are all the decrees, and it goes by the different little things. So region, the map itself. Okay. So yeah, looking at this map, man, we are nowhere near the end of this game, are we? My goodness. Okay. Campaign. Ah, okay. So we can switch to that. Okay. Let's go here. So we wanted to do Lost Scouts. Issue decree. Okay, that's gonna take... Is that 5 days? Is that what that means? Which means we can't do that one anymore. Alright. So Military Tribunal. We will do this one. Issue decree. Well, hold on. Let's rank up. That's probably the better thing to do, huh? Implement new tactics. Yeah, Military Council and Diplomatic Council. Can I cancel this? Okay, good. Yeah, let's get those done first. And we can't skip a day. Okay, cool. Well, let's go ahead and leave this mode. Back to the Citadel. Awesome. I wonder if that's going to expand things. Wait, there's one thing I wanted to... I gotta go back in. I want to see if I can't build buildings in Dresden. Like if I click on Dresden. That's probably how you would build buildings, I'd imagine. Let's see. A long loading time here. Back to the map. I never noticed she had like a little tattoo on her arm there. Or, I don't know what that would be. Crusade Management. On the Crusade Management screen, you can make decisions regarding current events, which are displayed at the bottom of the screen on the left, issue decrees, and construct buildings. Issue decrees, which can be displayed by clicking the decrees button. You can display only a fraction of the available decrees by selecting one of the filters. Construct buildings in the forts and Dresden. Right. Okay. So if we go here. Aha! Stats. So we have 33 footmen and 22 archers here. Buildings. So we can purchase a supply center. An arsenal, a smithy. The advance of the Crusade deeper into the enemy territory lengthens supply routes and complicates logistics. The supply center is a citadel of scribes, clerics, and coachmen, whose job it is to see that the advancing army faces no shortage of medical supplies, ammunition, and provisions. Oh, we already have these? Is that what it's saying? It says sell. Enter? Aha! Okay, so this is very reminiscent of Kingmaker. This does not look like Dresden at all. I'm assuming this is like a fort outside of Dresden. Arsenal, main barracks. Okay. I see. A citadel. When the enemy storms the outer walls, its defenders retreat to the citadel, where they can maintain the defense for many days more. A citadel increases the time of the siege of the fort by 3 days. Only one citadel can be built in each fort. It's probably a good thing to have. Apothecary, Alchemist Lab, Hall of Glory, Engineer's Workshop, Hall of Strategy, Hospital, Pathfinder Society, Shelter, Teleportation Circle, Training Grounds, Watchtower. A network of teleportation circles connect the Crusaders' forts, allowing forces to be transported quickly to different sections of the front. That'll be really nice. I'm not really sure what we're going to buy first. I'm going to have to do some thinking on this stuff and see what we want to do. I mean, a hospital could be good. A hospital provides a 5% bonus to infirmary size for all generals, so that's pretty good. 5% is nothing to laugh about, especially when we have a pretty large one already. A large infirmary. A Pathfinder Society Lodge provides a +1 bonus to attack, AC, and saving throws for all mercenary units. Shelter allows the commander's party to rest in the fort without increasing the effects of the abyssal corruption. I imagine that's already a thing for Dresden. I don't know, this is a bit strange. I feel like Dresden should just be kind of already developed a little bit, but I don't know. Provides all ally units within this fort's area control a +1 bonus to attack, AC, saving throws, and initiative. Training Grounds provides a 10% bonus to damage for all trainable units in adjacent buildings. Only one training ground can be built in each fort, except Dresden, so Dresden can have multiple ones. We're not going to buy anything right now. Just sort of going over, looking at all our options here. I'm assuming we're going to unlock a lot of buildings because Dresden has a ton of forts, or a ton of places. So do we have any other forts? is, these are forts here, it looks like. Villarith Ford's Outpost. So yeah, we could build a fort there, build one there. Is Canabras a fort? No. Can build one there. Okay, so there's a few places we could build forts. I don't want to build any right now. We'll have to look at that later. It all really depends on... There's a lot it depends on. How many points we get, how much the demons are going to attack them, how much the forts are useful against the demon attacks. There's a lot to consider. The teleportation stuff is pretty good though. That'll cut down on time. So that might be where I want to focus first. Alright. What else do we have around here?
I will guide us.
We've barely touched Dresden. We're already almost at the end of the episode. Has it really cleaned up? Is this my bedroom now? It sure is. Yes, look in that mirror. Oh. As you're leaving, you notice movement in the reflection of a mirror that stands in the room. As you come closer, it seems as if the reflection of the mirror's surface is changing, revealing a starry sky. Or maybe it's a trick of the light, specks of dust illuminated by the glow of a torch. But no. Your eye is drawn to a cold, white star within the depths of the mirror's surface. The bright flickering light pulsates in perfect time to the beat of your heart, and even your breathing attunes to its steady rhythm. The outline of the reflection has not disappeared, and you can see it. If you focus your gaze. But unlike you, your reflection does not blink. Where you would expect the eyes to be, there are only nebulous galaxies. The galactic spirals spin slowly. They have no need to hurry. You feel the magnificent, infinite cosmos staring back at you, with only the smooth surface of the glass between you. Rub your eyes, touch the mirror, check to see if the mirror is enchanted. Touch the mirror. You touch the mirror, it's just glass. But were it to crack, you feel as if the endless cosmos would wrap you in its cold embrace. Check the mirror for enchantments. There is nothing unusual about this mirror. It has always been here, used to check one's appearance before meeting with guests and subordinates. The being that is looking at you from the other side of the glass is also using it, but has not changed the nature of the mirror itself. It seems entirely normal. Rub your eyes. No matter how hard you rub your eyes, the reflection in the mirror does not change. This is reality, and it is not the first time you've felt the gaze of oblivion. You've experienced it before, when you encountered the Aeon. Now it feels as if you are once more subjected to its observation. Look with the eyes of the Aeon. You recall the gaze of the creature you encountered in Canabras. Is what you see now just a shadow of a dying Aeon, or a glimpse of a new one, born somewhere in the multiverse? You feel connected to this being. Maybe the Aeon, the timeless judge, is slowly fading away and has come to give you some final guidance. Who are you? The question does not even need to be asked aloud. It hangs between you and the Aeon, unspoken, yet understood by you both. I am an Aeon, the embodiment of the law of the multiverse. I preserve the balance of the worlds and planes, strengthening the fabric of existence. I want to bring order and peace to this world. The reflection moves its lips, but you don't have to lean in close to hear what it says. You already understand. The words sound in your head, loud and clear. You feel an ache in the back of your mind, like the kind you get from drinking cold water on a hot day. But this sensation is freeing. You feel that for a moment, in the midst of seeking chaos, a door to the world of absolute order has been opened. Whoever takes on the burden of being the supreme judge must swear the purity of their intentions. Who but us can endure such a burden? Swear and embrace the power of the Aeons, the only power that is able to save Galarian. Words come into your mind, scattered at first, and then forming themselves into meaningful lines. But is it an oath? Maybe you need time to think. Or, deep down, have you been repeating the text of this oath over and over and over and over again until you know it by heart? Swear an oath. The words of an oath are forming in your mind, each one burning with certainty and purpose. But where did they come from? The lips of the reflection seem to move even before yours do, as if the Aeon itself is prompting you. I, Barad, commander of Dresden, by the will of fate and the power of the gods. Others call you commander and speak of your responsibilities, but this is the first time you have spoken it aloud yourself, and the words take on a new weight. The voice of the Aeon, an eternal being, echoes your words in support, as if the multiverse itself accepts you, accepts your oath. I swear never to deliberately overlook unlawful acts. I swear never to cover my ears when I hear lies. I swear never to keep silent if my words would bring justice. Turn away, don't look. Better say nothing. This doesn't concern you. These are the things you have been told your entire life. Now, repeating the words of the oath, you realize that you have detested such cowardice since childhood. Your whole being revolts against it, for it is not in your nature to look away. It is not in your nature to remain silent. This is why you have been given the right to enforce the law. I swear not to rule, but to judge. I will not be the executioner, but the executioner's sword. I will not enact punishment with malice or joy, but only in the name of the law. I swear to be a pillar of stability and order. There is no anger and no joy. The veil of time has been lifted from the events of the past and present, laying them bare before you. You see the truth, distorted by the fears and desires of a flailing mortal consciousness, as if the Aeon is sharing its infinite wisdom with you. And if I ever break my oath, may the Aeons, the keepers of order, punish me justly, and may my name be buried in eternal oblivion. This I swear. Your final words linger in the air. The mirror is silent, but you know the multiverse has accepted your oath. Nothing will ever be the same again, and yet everything is as it should be. This feeling of certainty brings you peace, like a taut string that's been released. But something is stirring, constant and restless at the edge of your consciousness. Galarian is imperfect. Mendev is imperfect. Dresden is imperfect. The blinding light obscures your vision. It's as if you're trying to peer past a lighted candle into the darkness beyond. These wandering lights are the souls of the guilty who have not been charged for their crimes. Some of the flickering lights are close. Whatever else may be happening in the multiverse, there are those in Dresden who await your judgment. Oh boy. The burden of the Aeon. You performed a lawful neutral action. Hey. Am I going mad? The mirror is silent. There's nothing in it but your reflection. Wow. Okay. We got a book. Court of Dresden, Code of Martial Law. Okay. I think we're going to end the episode there, guys. In our beautiful new room here with our creepy mirror. Hopefully nobody's listening at the door because I'm just talking to my mirror, you know, as you do. But yeah, next episode we will continue to explore Dresden. And then we'll have to decide where we're going to go next. I think we're probably going to deal with the missing scouts first. That seems to be the most time urgent one, right? We don't want demons sneaking up on our fort. So that's probably what we'll handle first. But until the next episode, I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you later.